Time for another YouTube video. Alright, so talk about quick thoughts on the Rumble. Overall, Rumble was good. AJ beat Kevin and Sammy, which I expected. Rumble match winners, Asuka and Shinsuke, which was cool, because Asuka's cool. I like Asuka. Shinsuke winning was cool, because we get that dream match with Nakamura and AJ, so that's cool. Tag matches, Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan lost because Jason Jordan's injured. The Bar won, whatever. Usos beat Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. Again, cool, I guess, because the Usos are cool. So, there were no women's championship matches on the show. No U.S. Well, yeah, the U.S. title match open challenge was on the pre-show. Bobby Roode versus Mojo Rawley. Bobby Roode wins because Mojo Rawley wasn't about to win the title. Yeah. So, what did we get? Oh, there was no IC title match on the show. Okay. So basically the Women's Rumble was all nostalgia. Right, for the most part. Then we got... Oh. TakeOver. TakeOver was good. Quick thoughts on that. NXT title match was good. Andrade won, which I didn't really like. Then we got tag title match. Authors of Pain and Undisputed Era. Undisputed Era won, which I didn't really care who won either match or either team that won that one because they're both heels. So there you go. Women's match, Ember Moon won, retained the title, which I expected, because it was like Ember Moon, basically her first big time defense of the title, her first takeover defense of the title anyway. Her winning was kind of, duh. And I like Ember Moon, so. Alright, now on to Raw. Looking up the results here. Playing Dragon Ball FighterZ. First thing that happened on Raw, Stephanie coming out, basically announcing there's going to be a women's chamber match. Asuka comes out, basically Stephanie tells her to hold off on her, announce her decision because Alexa Bliss might not be champion at WrestleMania because of the chamber match happening, women's chamber match. So Alexa Bliss will be defending in that. And then we get some graphics showing John Cena versus Finn Balor, Braun Strowman versus Kane, Elias versus Matt Hardy. First we get Braun versus Kane. Braun wins in the quickest elimination chamber match, the quickest last man standing match ever. Then the commentary table breaks basically because Braun lifts it up and pushes it on Kane. And then we go back, and the commentary table is being set up on ringside. So they're back at ringside for this show, I guess. I don't know if they're gonna keep it that way, but they're back at ringside for this show. Then we get Woken Matt Hardy versus Elias. Elias wins because Bray Wyatt comes out and distracts Matt Hardy. Then we get Miz versus Roman Reigns. Miz wins because he does poke to the eye and then runs Roman into the turnbuckle and does cold crushing finale on him. So there you go. So you could say he pinned him relatively clean, but not really. Oh wait, no, this one was the roll up. Okay, yeah. So last week was the thing that I just said, but this week was a roll-up pin. So he pinned him off like a surprise, basically. Revival versus Heath Slater and Rhino. Revival win, which was whatever, because the Revival are good wrestlers. I just don't like them. Then we get Asuka warming up backstage for her match against Sasha Banks. Then we get Asuka versus Sasha. Asuka wins because she's not gonna lose her undefeated streak on a Raw. So there you go. Show might lose like a pay-per-view or something, but I don't see her losing on a Raw. Then we get backstage promo from John Cena, basically saying how, since the Rumble is over, everybody's got to find their way to get to WrestleMania. And then we get Titus Worldwide, which is Apollo Crews and Titus O'Neil versus The Bar, in a tag title match, because the Titus Worldwide beat them like twice before they became tag champs. But yeah, so The Bar win. This was a good match, good showing by Apollo Crews and Titus O'Neil. Apollo Crews, he's a great athlete. Then we get John Cena versus Finn Balor. John Cena wins. Finn Balor, I wouldn't say Finn Balor got buried, but John Cena was like halfway paying attention. He was letting the crowd get to him and all that stuff. So yeah. Then let me look up Raw results. SmackDown results. I just reviewed Raw. And I got my phone like against my laptop basically, which is why you're seeing my hands and all that. Anyway. What? ESPN? Get out of here. I don't watch a lot of indie shows before. Well, not before. Well, I would say before I watched Impact, I watched indie shows. I watched a whole bunch of indie shows yesterday, so I'll probably put those in the review. Rusev versus Kofi versus Zack Ryder versus Jinder. Rusev wins. Which I don't like Rusev. So yeah, I probably would have preferred Kofi or Zack Ryder to win. Yeah. So then we get Riot Squad basically come out and attack Charlotte. Carmella goes to cash in, but she drop kicks the ref by accident, and Carmella doesn't cash in. So for anybody who forgot that she had the briefcase, she has the Money in the Bank briefcase, and she could cash in at any time. Bludgeon Brothers beat Jobbers. Usos cut a promo talking about how they got the whole tag division on lock. So there you go. And then we got these little graphics of a jail cell closing every time they said lockdown. New Day lockdown. Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin locked down. American Alpha locked down. The Bar locked down, even though they're not on SmackDown. Ty Dillinger versus Baron Corbin. Ty Dillinger loses. Shinsuke and AJ versus Kevin and Sammy. Shinsuke and AJ win. And what else was on SmackDown? Was that it? Yeah, that was it. Alright, so that was a quick SmackDown review. Alright, let me look up NXT results real quick. So for TNA results, I'll just say them real quick. Matt Sydal beat Falaba in a grand championship match. Or the Impact Grand Championship match. Then we got the tag teams, basically. LAX cut a promo. OVE cut a promo. OVE said they're on to bigger and better things. And LAX was like, we're the biggest thing in Impact. And then Trevor Lee and Caleb Conley come out and attack LAX. Trevor Lee and Caleb Conley steal the flags that LAX had. Then we get championship celebration basically by Eli Drake and Chris Adonis, aka Chris Masters. Eli Drake, aka Micah, from the faction he was in with Drew Galloway. And he was also in NXT under a different name. Don't remember the name. So then Austin Aries comes out, challenges Eli Drake for the title. Eli Drake accepts. Austin Aries wins the title, so he's the new Impact World Champion. Then we also got Laurel Van Ness versus Kiera Hogan. Kiera Hogan is a indie star. She's from Texas, so, and she looks good, and she won this match. This being her first match on Impact ever, and Allie came out to distract Laurel Van Ness, which is why Kiera Hogan won. But Kiera Hogan and Laurel Van Ness will probably have another match at some point, I would guess, if they signed Kiera Hogan. Hopefully they did, because she's a good wrestler. Alright, NXT. First match, Lacey Evans versus Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross wins. And I didn't really care about this match because they're both heels, so there you go. Next match, we get some announcements for next week. Next week we get Undisputed Era versus Sanity, and Adam Cole versus Killian Dane. So that should be good. Team 6-1 versus the Ellering Brothers. The Ely Brothers. The Ely Brothers are twins, much like the Usos and the Bella Twins. I can't tell them apart. I can tell the Bella Twins apart. I can't tell the Usos apart. I can't tell the Ely Brothers apart either. Team 6-1 win, because it's their return to the tag division. So they're ready to reclaim the tag titles. Or they want to reclaim the tag titles, I should say. Next match, Tyler Bate versus Roderick Strong. Winner becomes #1 contender for the UK Championship, held by Pete Dunne. Roddy wins. This was a good match. Good back and forth. I'd give this match 4.5 stars. Shout out to Dave Meltzer. He gave a 5-star match to WWE Championship. Well, technically WWE Championship, NXT Championship under the WWE banner. So there you go. It was Andrade versus Johnny. That's the match Dave Meltzer gave 5 stars to. First 5-star match WWE's gotten in 7 years, since CM Punk and John Cena at Money in the Bank in 2011. Either way, Roddy wins, so he's the #1 contender for the NXT UK Championship. Well, not NXT UK Championship, just the UK Championship. So then, Roderick Strong is also going to be on 205 Live next Tuesday. So yeah, that's cool. Alright, let me look up these other indie shows real quick. Oh, I'm not. I was gonna stream on Mixer. Hold on, let me stream on Mixer, because I said I was gonna stream on Mixer and do a YouTube video. So this broadcast load up. Oh no, that's not doing all that show. Alright, what am I looking at? House of Hardcore, AEW, RP. Jesus, these results are spread out, really spread out. Alright, first was new, this is RPW, high stakes. RPW stands for Revolution Pro. Revolution Pro, new tag champs, Suzuki Gun. Minoru Suzuki and Zack Sabre beat Mustache Mountain, Trent Seven, and Tyler Bate to win the championships, of course. Post-match, Suzuki Gun beat down the now former champs until CCK made the save. CCK is another tag team in RPW. I don't remember who the members are, but there's this one really tall guy. So yeah. Women's championship match, Jenny versus Bea Priestley versus Millie McKenzie. Jenny successfully defends the title against Bea Priestley and Millie McKenzie. I don't know Millie McKenzie. I know Jenny. I've seen her wrestle before. Bea Priestley, I know. Bea Priestley's from WCPW, now known as Defiant Wrestling. British Championship match. Curtis Chapman versus Rob Loss versus Eddie Dennis. Curtis Chapman wins and retains the title. I don't know any of these guys, so yeah. Then we get Josh Badoom and Zach Gibson against Chris Brooks and Travis Banks. Those are the two members of CCK, Chris Brooks and Travis Banks. Travis Banks and Chris won. Then we get the IWGP champions, Evil and Sonata versus Mark Davis and Kyle Fletcher. Mark Davis and Kyle Fletcher win. No, they don't. Evil and Sonata win. Sorry. Adam Brooks versus Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay wins. And what did Mark Andrews do? Wait. Oh. Ospreay won over. So he beat. Oh. Adam Brooks won against Ryan Smiley. Will Ospreay won against Mark Andrews. Okay, there we go. Alright. Next. Oh, and by the way, I know Will Ospreay. He's a good wrestler, so. Go search up AAW Unstoppable results. AAW Pro Wrestling Redefined. It's their little tagline. What was it, 2017? Yeah. Alright, here we go. Tag match. OI4K. Jake Chris and Dave Chris, of course, of Impact fame, versus Team Eat Clips. Stephen Wolf and Trey Miguel. OVE win, or OI4K as they're called in AAW. Then we get an 8-man tag match. Brew Baker, Connor Braxton, Kurt Stallion, and Jake something. That's literally his wrestling name. Is Jake something. Versus Colt Cabana, Paco, and Davey Vega and Matt Finch. Connor, Kurt, Jake, and Brew Baker win. Then we get Shane Strickland, aka Killshot from Lucha Underground, versus Fred Yehi. Shane Strickland wins. This was a good match back and forth. I know both these guys. I like both these guys, so didn't really matter who won. I just wanted to see a good match, which I did. Flip Gordon versus Myron Reed. Myron Reed wins. Tag match. AR Fox and Eddie Kingston versus David Starr and Trevor Lee. AR Fox and Eddie Kingston win. I know all four of these guys. I like AR Fox probably the best out of all four of them. So that's cool. AR Fox gets a win. ACH versus Sammy Guevara. ACH wins. I know ACH and Sammy Guevara. Sammy Guevara's from Texas. So, There you go. And ACH beat him. So there you go. DJZ versus Penta LZOM. DJZ wins, and he's the new AAW Heritage Champion. Then we get the AAW Championship match. Ray Phoenix versus Jimmy Jacobs. Ray Phoenix wins. Jimmy Jacobs, former AAW champion, and he's from ROH and AAW and CZW and PWG and all these other places. House of Hardcore. House of Hardcore 37. Gotta look up these results real quick. Went to the wrong website. First match, Swoggle versus Mike Mondo. Swoggle, of course, is Hornswoggle. Swoggle beating Mike Mondo in basically a comedy match. Then we get Ken Dawn of the Spirit Squad versus Lisa Marie Verone, which is Victoria Ortera, to advance to the Twitch title TV tournament. Bull James and Eddie Kingston. Bull James, of course, is Bull Dempsey of NXT. Eddie Kingston, of course, is Eddie Kingston of Impact Wrestling, or formerly Impact Wrestling, because he's not in that company anymore, much like most people. So then we get Bull James wins. I didn't really care for Bull Dempsey. I still don't care for him, so there you go. Alex Reynolds was super crazy. Super crazy, obviously, I know. WCW, ECW, WWE, and Alex Reynolds beats him, so, yeah, whatever. Crazy Steve, with 2 Z's as opposed to 1. They didn't want to get copyright infringement from Impact. Beats Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Don't really know this guy. So, cool that Crazy Steve won. Killer Cross versus Lil Guido. Everybody knows Lil Guido. ECW, WWE, you know. Killer Cross wins. Don't really know Killer Cross, so I didn't really care. Dan Maffa versus Ace Romero. Ace Romero from Indie, I don't remember the name of Limitless Wrestling, there you go. So I kind of wanted Ace Romero to win just because I know who he is. Don't know this other guy though. Tommy Dreamer versus Tommy Dreamer and Billy Gunn, with Bully Ray and Blue Meanie and Sandman as the manager, versus Joey Mercury and Nick Aldis, aka Magnus. Dreamer and Billy Gunn win, which was good, I guess, because it's Tommy Dreamer's promotion, so he should win. Austin Aries versus Matt Riddle. Austin Aries coming out with all his titles: the Impact Championship, the IPW Championship, WCPW Championship, the Australian Championship. He's got like 4 titles on. Austin Aries wins, pins Matt Riddle off a Brainbuster. This was a good back and forth match, by the way. Basically, we get the Lucha Underground triple threat in House of Hardcore. Luchasaurus, which is from Lucha Underground. Willie Mack, Lucha Underground. Matt Cross, Lucha Underground, as Son of Havoc. Willie Mack wins, beats Luchasaurus and Matt Cross which was good. This was a good match. Then we get Brian Cage versus Sami Callihan. Brian Cage wins. This was a good back and forth match too. I know both these guys from multiple indie shows, and Brian Cage just got signed to TNA. So there you go. All right, that's everything. See ya next week for another YouTube video.